So I hunt a lot, and I've followed a guy, Cameron Haynes, and he's an endurance athlete.
If you don't know Cameron Haynes, you probably live on the side of a cliff or
I
something.
mean, probably best bow hunter in the world, right? Sponsored by Hoyt, was sponsored by Under Armour.
Been on Rogan multiple times.
Been on one of Rogan's really good friends. Got Rogan like into bow hunting, I think. So, but so I followed him and started seeing that, and I'm like, and I needed to make a change, and I was working behind the desk. I wasn't in the field a lot anymore, so I was gaining weight. I was just out of shape, and I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna start running. Like, I hate running, and I'm like, I'll start running a quarter mile. I feel like I was gonna have a heart attack, just dead. And then started running and a little bit more, and then this year in January, like at the end of the year, I was kind of like training and running a little bit, but I wasn't nothing long distance. And I'm like, I'm gonna see how far I can push myself next year. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna see what I can do. And then literally in January, I met Erick. And for people that don't know, Erick McCormick, Outlaw Strength. So in the David Goggins video of him bench pressing, who's gonna carry the boats?
Very famous video. You can look it up on YouTube.
That's Erick behind him saying, "You are, David, you are 21, 22.
Erick's your boy. You guys train together 3 days a week, he said.
3 days a week we train together. Really good friend of mine. He trained Cameron Haynes for 12 years. I saw one day that he moved to Arizona, and I hit him. I slipped into his DMs. I was like, well, let's see what's going to happen. Let's see if he writes me back. And I'm like, I didn't know you moved to Arizona. And he wrote me right back. He's like, yeah. And we talked a little bit, and he's like, let's get a workout in. I went and worked out with him for the first time, and like, I thought I was gonna die.
Yeah.
Like, and I thought I was in decent shape, and I was like freaking gonna puke, and freaking ears were clogged and everything. And then he started working out, and then he had a videographer, this guy Brandon, and Brandon's done ultras. He's ran a 200 miler and stuff on his own and some crazy shit. And then one day, so I did a half marathon in January. It was the longest I ever ran. Erick showed up, I ran the half marathon, and I didn't know whether to sit down or jump around or stand up. My knees and my legs hurt so bad. They were aching so bad. I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like, is the pain gonna go away? And I'm like, shit. And then literally like 2 weeks later, I probably didn't run. 2 weeks later, I met this other guy, Kiefer, and he trained with Erick, and he ran ultras. And then he signed up for a 60K, which is 37 miles. And Brandon signed up. And Brandon was like, well, you should sign up. I'm like, fuck, 37 miles, dude. Like, I just ran 13.
I was dead after 13.
And then he goes and I was like, fuck it. I'll sign up. February 19th, like a month later. I ran probably 10 miles between.
That was this year?
That was this year. I ran 10 miles from my half marathon to when I was doing this 37 mile. And so half marathon's pavement, right?
Yeah.
This 37 mile ultra is in the mountains. And
if you've never even hiked in the mountains, I mean, it's hard to just
I didn't know what to expect. So I'm like, okay, start running. Cool. Like, I'm good, group of people, we're going. And then it's like, we hit the first aid station at like mile 6. I'm like, all right, I feel kind of good. And then mile 10, I'm like, ooh, I'm starting to feel the same pain in my knee that I felt in the half. I'm like, here we go. Mile 13, I'm like, oh, man. And all of a sudden, I'm like, I'm in uncharted territory. I've never been past 13 miles. Like, I'm going. And then we hit the halfway point. Like, it was like 19 miles. And I'm like, all right, this is the big aid station. So we're eating and stuff a little bit and getting ready to go. And then we leave. And I'm like, dude, this sucks. Like, we're only halfway done. And I still got to go another 18 miles.
Yeah, a lot.
And it's getting harder. Like, the course it started off easier, and then we're going into Black Canyon, which is like up and down sharp rocks and stuff like that. So we're going, and then Kiefer we were gonna run together, all three of us, and Kiefer's like, I'm feeling good, I'm gonna see what I can do. So he went, and then at like mile 21, Brandon's like, I'm gonna just empty the gas tank and see what I can do. And I'm like, all right, cool, I'm out here by myself, fucking running.
Was it dark?
No, it was during the day.
Yeah.
But I'm like, all right, here we go. So Brandon's gone, I'm by myself, there's not really too many people around me anymore. And then mile like 22, I fucking rolled my ankle and fell.
Ooh.
Like, fuck. And so my ankle's hurting, so I'm running, and then I get to another aid station. And I remember this one aid station, I don't even remember what mile it was at. Like, my calves started to cramp up really bad because someone told me if you don't sweat that much, you probably don't need any salt. You'll probably be good. Well, that was a fucking lie. You need a lot of salt when you're running that far, right? Because you're just sweating it all out. So, like, and I remember, so I was running, like shuffling my feet until I start feeling my calves start to ball up and about to cramp. And then I would like let off and let them go back down. And I'd walk for a second, and then I'd do it again and just repeat. And then I remembered I went to go run across the pavement. So I came out of this little hill onto the pavement, and I go to start running to this aid station, and my shit tightened up, and I just almost like I couldn't lift my legs. I almost tripped and fell in the middle of the road. Got through it, and then, you know, I still ran 15 miles like that and finished. It took me 10 hours and 22 minutes to do it.
That's incredible, man.
And then I called Erick. It was on a Sunday. And then we went and ate pizza. And I was like, I don't feel that bad when I'm walking around. And so I text Erick. I'm like, hey, we training in the morning? He's like, that's up to you, brother. Like, I'm like, I think I feel good. And then I fucking went to bed. And I woke up at like midnight to take a piss. And like, I couldn't even walk. I'm like, text him. I'm like, dude, I can't walk. I'm not going to make it.
So you were pumped up with the adrenaline for finishing that. But
so that was
reality set in.
Like the whole second half of the race, I'm like, yeah, fucking ultras. I'm not gonna do these. I'll leave it for someone else. I'll do something.
But you did another one, right?
But then when you finish, you're like, man, that was awesome. Like, yeah, I did another one a little bit different. It was I did back-to-back 27Ks, so it was like 17 miles. So we did a 17-mile night race, and then you go to bed and wake up the next morning and do 17 miles again, so it's 34 miles. But I was fresh after that. Like, I started training after that, so I was good. I could have kept going. So,
and that's launched you into the whole world. Obviously, you already liked hunting.
Yeah.
You know, Erick got you the ability to go see Cam Hanes and all the guys out there.
So I started this thing, you know, I did the shirt, do epic shit. And that was the saying, is let's just do epic shit in our life. And then on the back, it says 1% better. Because I always say, you know, be 1% better every day. But that's kind of the whole thing. We're doing the Grand Canyon in November, probably on my birthday, rim to rim to rim. It's 50 miles in a day. But just do tough stuff. I did a sprint triathlon recently, never did a tri, never rode a road bike, bought a road bike, and I was like, well, try it out. I took 39th out of 195 people and 4th in my class, so
pretty impressive.
It wasn't too bad. So I'm gonna I got an Olympic triathlon in October, and I'm gonna go do an Ironman in April. So
that's awesome. And it's allowed you to go meet some of these great guys like Cam Hanes.
Yeah, kind of get into their circle and stuff like that. And, you know, Erick's helped me with my nutrition and fitness, like change the way I look at eating, you know, to fuel your body, not because you're hungry, but to fuel your body. It's like a race car, you know, you need high performance stuff. So make sure you're doing it right.
Well, listen, you're a high performance guy.
Yeah.
Your business is operating at high performance.
And then like by doing that, it excels me to be able to operate the business at a higher level. Like being level-headed and just clear and focused and, you know, the thing.
That's why if, you know, back in the day, young kid advisor, it was happy hour and dinners and taking people out. And now, you know, I've had 2 or 3 of these late little girly drinks, some people would say nowadays, but like I got to stop there or I can't get up and work out and function and be.
Yeah. So my thing is my day usually starts at 3:30 in the morning.
Yeah.
So usually up at 3:30 in the morning. I haven't done it recently because I have to fix it, but I'd wake up at 3:30 and go right into my cold plunge. Start my day. Go to the gym.
You can't do like 4:30, 4:45.
When I work out with Erick, we work out at 5:30, so I sleep in a little bit. I wake up at 4. But on days where I'm working out by myself, I wake up at 3:30 and get to the gym like right as it opens.
Yeah.
So
that's insane, but it's obviously helping you.
Yeah, just like get it out of the way.
Shit.
So like do the hard shit first, right? And just get it out of the way, and then you've already won the day. Yep. Like you work out and do all that, you already won the day. And it's like it's nice being able to do all that, and then like people are still sleeping.
Some days, like right now, I'm on probably a 15-hour day. I was up at 4:45, doing this podcast. You know, relatively. By the time you guys get out of here, I shower, I get to bed. It's almost an 18-hour day for me. I may not want to get up at 4:45 again tomorrow, right? So sometimes I have midday workouts, but the days I am up, which is most of the days, and I get that early morning workout in, it's so much better of a day. I'm so much more clear. My speech comes, you know, sometimes when my brain's fogged, the words don't come to me as clear. I'm not in that flow state when I'm working out. I'm hitting the sauna. I'm hitting a cold plunge.
I mean, that's helped me like talk on Instagram more. Is like because you just that dopamine rush and all that stuff, right? You work out and you do all. Nobody ever leaves.
It jogs your thoughts.
Nobody ever leaves a gym in a bad mood.
Nope.
Right? Like no one. So it just helps you, that cognitive stuff.